The iconic crocodile that won hearts in the blockbuster movie Crocodile Dundee has died. Bert, the gargantuan 5.1-meter reptile that featured in the 1986 smash hit, passed away Peaceview LLY at his home in Darwin after reaching over 90 years old. Home to Bert since 2008, Crocosaurus Cove, the crocodile park and aquarium, announced the sad news of his departure. Bert shot to international stardom following his performance in Crocodile Dundee, which remains Australia's highest-grossing film of all time. His remarkable life story began long before he found fame on the silver screen. He was captured in the early 80s before making his cinematic debut with Paul Hogan. In the wake of Bert's death, we take a look at the lives of his Crocodile Dundee co-stars since the movie became a worldwide phenomenon in 1986. Paul Hogan as Michael J. Crocodile Dundee. Paul Hogan, the Australian actor, comedian, producer, and writer, was 46 years old when he landed his breakthrough role as outback adventurer Michael Crocodile Dundee in the iconic Crocodile Dundee. Post-Dundee, Hogan continued to make his mark in the entertainment industry, writing and starring in the less successful sequel, Crocodile Dundee 2, in 1988. He also appeared in two other films that didn't quite hit the mark at the box office, Almost an Angel and the comedy western Lightning Jack. Hogan actually turned down the starring role in hit movie Ghost in order to make Almost an Angel, with the lead role instead going to Patrick Swayze, who starred opposite Demi Moore. Hogan shared the big screen with a young Elijah Wood in the film adaptation of Flipper. In the early 1990s, a Paramount executive pitched a concept of a Crocodile Dundee and Beverly Hills Cop crossover, but nothing materialized. In 2001, he returned to his famous role in Crocodile Dundee in Los Angeles, which unfortunately did not fare well either critically or commercially and marked his last role in the U.S. Despite the downturn in his Hollywood career, Hogan has remained a significant figure in the entertainment world. Hogan joked he was a one-hit wonder as he received the Longford Lyell Award for an outstanding contribution to the Australian screen in 2016. In his personal life, Hogan has been caught up in some ugly divorces and tax issues. Hogan first tied the knot with Nolene Edwards in 1958. The couple went their separate ways in 1981, only to remarry less than a year later. Their second split in 1986 was dubbed one of Australia's most acrimonious celebrity breakups. Hogan then walked down the aisle with his Crocodile Dundee co-star Linda Kozlowski in 1990. He fathered 5 children with his first wife and 1 with his second. In October 2013, Kozlowski filed for divorce from Hogan on grounds of irreconcilable differences, with the divorce being finalized in 2014. Between February 2003 and November 2010, Hogan was embroiled in a series of legal battles as he was investigated by the Australian Taxation Office, ATO, for tax evasion. However, all charges were eventually dropped. In the movie, she portrayed Sue Charlton, a reporter assigned to profile Mick Dundee, only to unexpectedly fall for him. Life mirrored art as Linda Kozlowski developed feelings for her co-star Paul during filming, causing a stir in his marriage. Despite their 19-year age difference, the couple married in 1990 and had a son, Chance, now 24, before divorcing in 2014. The former couple shared the big screen once again in Almost an Angel in 1990 and in 2021 sequel Crocodile Dundee in Los Angeles before going their separate ways. Kozlowski, who was nominated for a Golden Globe for her role in Crocodile Dundee, turned her back on Hollywood eventually. The Gillard-trained theater actress told the Herald Journal in 2001 how working on straight-to-video schlocky films was giving her an ulcer, adding of her decision to quit showbiz. I was about to turn 40 and just wanted to have a baby, and time was running out and I was miserable really, in the last 2 jobs I'd done. In the same interview, Kozlowski also opened up about personal loss as she revealed how she spent her first wedding anniversary in Los Angeles. I lost a lot of friends to AIDS and my 2 closest friends in the whole world. She shared one of them, who I grew up with, was like a brother to me, died on my 1-year anniversary to the day. That was a really hard period because my career wasn't going well. I was being castigated in the press. I was nursing at least 2 of my closest friends who were the people that when things got rough, we would go and they would cheer me up. They suddenly weren't there anymore. An Indigenous Australian and Yalanga person, David Gulpilil was brought up in a traditional lifestyle in Arnhem Land. A talented dancer, he was spotted by British filmmaker Nicholas Regg, who gave him his first feature film role in Walkabout, 1971. But it was during the filming of Walkabout that Gulpilil was first introduced to alcohol, which he struggled with throughout his life. He also made several stage appearances. Recognised as one of Australia's finest actors and a pioneer for Indigenous Australians in film, he was honoured with numerous awards and honours, including a Lifetime Achievement Award at the 2019 NAIDOC Awards. Following his death in November 2021, he was briefly referred to as David Dalathangu at his family's request. This was in line with Indigenous practices that avoid naming the deceased. Gulpilil had multiple run-ins with the law as he grappled with addiction issues following his appearance in Crocodile Dundee, but finally got sober in Berrima Prison in Darwin, after being found guilty and sentenced to 12 months after being charged with aggravated assault against his wife. He was diagnosed with lung cancer in 2017 and was unable to attend the 2019 NAIDOC Awards, where he was recognized with the Lifetime Achievement Award. Gulpilil died at his home in Murray Bridge, South Australia, on November 29, 2021. John Meillon as Walter Riley. John Meillon, who starred in numerous films before landing one of his most iconic roles as Walter Riley in Crocodile Dundee, was awarded an OBE for his contributions to theatre in 1979. His favorite local pub, the Oaks in Neutral Bay, even opened the John Meillon OBE bar in his honor. John was a regular at the pub, including during the week he tragically passed away at home in 1989 from cirrhosis, aged just 55. He shared one son with his wife, actress Bunny Gibson. Mark Blum as Richard Mason. In Crocodile Dundee, Mark Blum portrayed Sue's editor boyfriend Richard Mason, a character known for his selfish behavior and harsh words which ultimately led to their breakup. After the film, Hollywood welcomed him with open arms, casting him in movies like Lovesick and Blind Date, as well as TV series such as Frasier, The West Wing, and Succession. In addition to frequently appearing on screen, Blum was also a star on stage. He took home an Obie Award for his stint in the play Gus and Al during its 1998 to 1989 season, and frequently appeared in Broadway productions. Sadly, Blum passed away due to complications from coronavirus at New York Presbyterian Hospital O in 2020, aged 69. The Season 3 premieres of You and Succession, as well as the second episode of the 5th season of Billions, were all dedicated in memory of Blum when they aired in the wake of his death.